Hey everyone, Jason here. Welcome back to the layout. It is October 19th, 2019, and I actually just put out a video a week ago. If you didn't see that video, no worries, you didn't miss too much. I was really just announcing, one, that I was going to go to the York Train Show in York, Pennsylvania. The second thing I had announced was that this layout is going to be featured in Classic Toy Trains magazine at some point in 2020. And the third thing was just giving you an update on what's going on with my new house and my plans of starting to finish the basement and hopefully start building a new layout there. So I announced that I was going to York, and I'm filming this video shortly after getting back from the York Train Show. For those of you who don't know, the TCA, Toy Train Collectors Association, holds a show twice a year in York, Pennsylvania. It's considered the biggest train show for O-gauge model enthusiasts in the country. And it's in October and it's in April, twice every year. And I've been talking about going to that and thinking about going to that really since I was a little kid. So it was a bucket list item. I had never been, and so I finally bit the bullet and decided this was going to be the year that I go down there to see what it's all about. So I'm going to show you guys some of the items that I picked up at the show. I'm also going to show you a few other items that I have added to the layout in the past few months but haven't had a chance to show you yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's been added. Here's another Lionel Milgon that I added to the layout. I already own a few in the Norfolk Southern paint scheme. This is the Railgun TTX paint scheme. Picked this up at one of the local hobby shops in Detroit, Michigan, and I've owned it for a few months, but just finally got around to showing it to you on YouTube. So here's a few more Lionel Auto Parts boxcars. I've already have quite a few of these on the layout, but I picked up a few more road names. The one on the right is Union Pacific, the one on the left is Southern Railroad, and if I just roll in the last one here, I also picked up one of the CSX boxcars. These are massive. I love them. They're really impressive, but are they massive? So if you want to pick these up, make sure you have plenty of room through your curves, through your tunnels, around your mountains. I actually cannot run these on my top level because they bang into the mountains and into the tunnels. So I would highly recommend them. Just make sure you have plenty of room to run a car this big. Okay, so here's the first big item that I picked up from York. This is a MTH Union Pacific SD70 ACE with Proto Sound 3.0. This is number 9096, which I believe was the helper engine for the George H. Bush funeral train. I didn't buy it because of that reason. I just really wanted a Union Pacific SD70 ACE on the layout, and if you watched my recent update, you would have seen that I also picked up an ES44 in the Union Pacific paint scheme. So I really wanted to have two UP engines that I could run together on the layout. So this was at the top of my wish list when I went to York, and I actually bought it from Mr. Muffin's Trains located in Indianapolis. Got it for a really nice price, and I'm really glad to have some different color on the layout. I love Norfolk Southern, but I do like to have some different colored engines running around the layout. So the yellow and gray looks really sharp going around the layout, and really glad I picked this up at York. And here's three cars that I picked up at York. They're Lionel scale auto racks, a Union Pacific in the front, Grand Trunk in the middle, and a Burlington Northern Santa Fe in the back. So I have a pretty long scale auto rack train made up of Lionel auto racks now. So in addition to the trains that I added to the layout, I picked up a number of other things as well. I picked up 3 magazines from Classic Toy Trains. This is their big collector's copy for the year, and the editor for Classic Toy Trains, Roger Karp, signed the inside for me. Roger is the one who wrote the article for the feature that this layout is going to have in an issue coming out some point in 2020. So it was really good to get to meet him in person and actually hand off some of the final notes and edits that I did for the article that he wrote. So I'm not sure which issue that's going to be in, but as soon as I know which issue that'll be in 2020, I will make sure to let you guys know. I also picked up a few new DVDs from TM Books and Videos. I picked up Toy Trains Winter Wonderland, I picked up Rail Scenes 1.0, and finally the Blu-ray of train layouts of Norm Charbonneau. If you've never seen Norm's layout, I'd recommend looking it up on YouTube. or any of the forums should have pictures of his layout. I had the pleasure of seeing Norm's layout just about a week ago. He was hosting the Detroit 3 Railers, and I had a chance to go see that layout in person. And I'm telling you, I was totally blown away. Norm is an artist. His attention to detail is, I've never seen anything quite like it. Incredible layout, so I'm really excited to watch this, because, man, I've never seen a layout probably so detailed in my life, so excited about that one. There was also a booth at the show called Altoona Model Works, and the gentleman who runs that business makes scratch-built structures and also makes incredible roundhouses. So I picked up instructions for ordering one of his roundhouses. I'm not going to order one right now, but if I start to build a new layout at my new house, I do plan to have a roundhouse and a turntable incorporated into that layout. So at least now I can have the chance to look over how the ordering process goes and how much it's actually going to cost, because scratch-built structures are not cheap, and roundhouses are expensive enough as is, and he really puts a lot of details and makes some really highly detailed roundhouses, so I'm excited about that. I also picked up a couple of the bottles of smoke fluid from JT's Mega Steam. I picked up pumpkin pie and cinnamon roll. I've bought this smoke fluid for years, and they have dozens and dozens of different scents, so decided to just get a couple new ones that smelled sweet, so that hopefully it makes the basement smell a little bit better, and my parents don't complain when I come home and run the trains. And of course, while I was there, I picked up my copy of MTH's latest catalog. This is 2020 Volume 1, and I only order Premier Line items out of MTH's catalog. And there's certainly some cool stuff in here. They're releasing the Big Boy yet again, this time with the actual chalk mark on the boiler that says Big Boy, similar to the one that actually is out there doing the excursions right now. So I'm considering ordering the 4014. I've talked about ordering a Big Boy for a long time, and this might be the time to finally do it. Besides that, there's some other cool engines in here. I'm going to consider maybe the BNSF SD70 ACE. Might also consider the BNSF ES44 that's in here as well. And I think that's about it. You know, I try not to order too much anymore unless it's something I absolutely can't live without, because my shelves are all out of room, my layout's out of room. I've got train cars and engines everywhere, and I really just don't have any room right now. So I try to limit what I order and what I buy these days, but I think it's a pretty good catalog. I really haven't ordered anything out of the last few, so looks like I might actually have some orders coming out of this one. So that's all the stuff that I got at the York Train Show, but I had the most fun, I think, meeting people. You know, there were a lot of people who would walk by and stop me and say, you know, I've seen your YouTube videos and they're great, keep them coming, and it was always good to hear people say that. I never know who's out there watching these, and I've met very few of them in person, so it was really nice to hear from people that they enjoy the videos, they appreciate me taking the time to put them together. So any of you who did come up to me and introduce yourselves, you know, thank you very much. It meant a lot. I love this show because I met so many other people that I've looked up to and admired in the hobby for years. I got to meet Roger Karp from Classic Toy Trains magazine, and we got to chat a little bit about the article and some of the other magazines that they had for sale there. So that was really cool. I got to finally meet Mike Wolf of Mike's Train House, and chatted with him briefly and said hi to, you know, all the dealers that were there. I got to say hi to my friends at Stockyard Express, which is where I buy a majority of my trains. And I also, probably one of the highlights for me was I finally met Rich Batista in person. We've chatted a number of times throughout the year. For those of you, not throughout the year, but throughout the entirety of this layout being built. For those of you who don't know, Rich Batista put out the Black Diamond Railway series. He has 4 DVDs that he's released, parts 1, 2, 3, 4, showing you how you could build a 3-rail O-gauge layout that has mountains, that's highly detailed, and how to do bench work, track work, scenery, all of it. If it weren't for those videos that he put together and produced and sold, this layout certainly would not exist, and I don't think I would be as involved in the hobby as I am today. So I was able to meet him in person, and we chatted for quite a while, and he's a super nice guy. And it was things like that that made going to York worthwhile, because that was a special moment for me. You know, someone who's inspired me so much throughout the 10 years that it's taken to build this layout. That was great, and of course I got to talk to Lionel and Atlas, and also met so many people from the online forums, from both OGR and the O-Gauge forum, which is a new forum that started up here fairly recently. I went out to dinner with some of those guys and had a wonderful time meeting those people and talking with them. So it was really the community that I got to get to know that made it so worthwhile, and that's the reason why I would go back again. I'm not going to go every year. Maybe every couple years I'll go. And, you know, looking around the halls and buying stuff, you know, that's fun. The hunting for items, that's a lot of fun. But honestly, it was the people that I got to meet that made the show so great. Okay, so enough about York. Enough about the magazine feature. I'm going to leave you with footage of the trains running like I usually do, and I hope that I can have more videos coming. I don't put out nearly as many as I would like, so I hope you guys do enjoy the ones that I put together and get to probably putting out, I don't know, only 2 or 3 a year. But again, I hope I can make some more in the near future. But until then, feel free to ask questions down in the comments. I'll include my email in the description as well. And hopefully I can get my new basement finished here so I can start construction on a new layout. But you know, I'll keep you guys posted and updated as that moves along as well. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.